Hey, this week, my mind and soul was hit by the sunshine, like a certain sunshine. It was like brighter than any fucking light I ever seen, right? And I just want to take this time to say I'm grateful for that fucking moment. I'm grateful for that moment. And we're going to talk about fact, true, and truth. Say it again. We're going to talk about fact, true, and truth, right? Now, fact is exactly what it is, opposite of fiction, right? True is just basically the telling of fact or opposite of false, you know what I mean? But the truth, that's a person's perspective or perception of what's true. You get what I'm saying? So here's an example, right? This is fake shit, but John says, I sleep with other women and my wife know about it and she's okay with it, right? Now, John's statement is a fact. It's true and it's his truth all in one. But if you take his wife truth could be totally different. His wife's truth could be, John sleeps with other women and I tell him it's okay because I'm scared to lose him. Now, they have the same foundation, John sleeps with other women and she's aware of it, right? But the walls are totally different, right? And this is because John is living in his truth, right? And she's not. So like the point of that is the people who normally suffer most are the motherfuckers who don't live in their truth. They sacrifice their truth for whatever else. So this is basically why religion only going to work individually. It's never going to be 100% social. Like it's never going to be 100% socially accepted religion. Because basically when you look at religion, all the religion is which man's truth do you believe in more? You got John Paul, this and that, Muhammad. You got all of these different people. And people really go on to who they believe in more. They never met none of these motherfuckers a day in their life. You know what I mean? You don't never know the character of a lot of people. Most of the time it's a telephone game of characteristics. But also this is another reason why, history academics or even the CRT, anything with history, that none of that shit's going to work. That's why I always been calling for I think they should take history out of school in general, put more trades in there, more something based on individuality, and building that. Like, no need to make kids focus on dead people and picking a side and this and that. So how that goes, right? So I believe in reparations in the form of land to the American Negro or, the descendants of involuntary immigrants.
Involuntary, done contrary to or without choice. Immigrant. Definition 1. A person who immigrates. Definition 2. A plant or animal that becomes established where it was previously unknown.
So here's the crazy thing, right? The crazy thing is there's somewhere in the world there's a opposite of mango. It's a mango arch nemesis, right? And he would ask this question. Well, if the American Negro deserved reparations, do the slave masters' descendants get reimbursed for the money they lose from losing slaves? Because it was legal to purchase slaves, right? Man, I don't give a fuck about them white lazy devils getting their fucking money back. But in all fairness, that's a good question. Like, what would these same people do? And I think the answer is going to lie within the fact that, this part of history that gets left out, white people were paid property and money per slave they owned coming over here. Yeah, look that shit up. Also, white people got exempt from wars based on the amount of land and slaves they own. And while they owned them niggas, they lived in paradise while the American Negro suffered. This is one thing you know. The dollar loses value. And soon as old JCJ created a reparations team, the dollar started dropping. Go back, look last. He created the team, and then the dollar started dropping in value. With all this being said, this is Mango the Goat. This is IIP. IIP stands for Involuntary Immigrants Podcast. And it's been a year since I did the first one. So welcome to The Dirt is Worth More Than Gold Too. Yeah, bitch. See, there's a reason why niggas know rap lyrics more than Bible verses, right? There's a real reason. Because it relates to, you listen, you listen to these music, these songs or whatever. Like this morning, I woke up and rest in peace to God. I woke up bumping Dolph shit, right? And that nigga had something in his song where he was like, he buried $1 million for his son, and when he gone, his son gonna have $1 million shovel. And I said, God damn. Like that shit, man, damn. And if you listen to me, a lot of y'all have something from a song or something from some kind of song, whether it's R&B, whether it's whatever, something that somebody say, and that shit just hits your motherfucking soul. You say, God damn. I got plenty of fucking quotes and shit from songs that I'm like, that shit real. That shit real as fuck. Now, I'm not knocking the Bible or the Quran, but I'm talking some real shit. The majority of niggas know more lyrics and music from music than they can remember Bible scriptures. Looking at the literacy rate in America, shit, how many niggas can even read the Bible? Niggas have a hard time enough reading Dr. Seuss and shit. So how many niggas can read "Thou art haveth not" and know what the fuck that shit mean? Number one, English ain't even our language. It's just a language we adopted. Everything the American Negro got is an adoption. The culture, everything is an adoption or adaptation. So imagine a book that was before the language that we currently utilize. It's written in "Thou art haveth not knoweth who goeth thereth." And, we think we know that shit. And that's why everybody got different interpretation of the words in that motherfucker, man. Like, for instance, right? Like the Old Testament say you can't eat pork and you can't do this. It's like 323 rules in the covenant, right? It's not 10 commandments. That whole 10 commandment thing. That's when white people stole it and they was like, boy, hey, man, them niggas got too many rules. Let's just focus on 10 of them. So they said 10 commandments, but the covenant is not 10 commandments. That same deal that we hold so fucking sacred, it was 323 rules of the covenant. And then that shit, it was shit like, thou art not fuck thy mother. Some shit that, like we have in, our foundation, but we just like, the 313 of them, they're not important. It's just these 10. No, like all that shit was important. But the reason why we didn't keep the 323 is because a lot of it is anti-white culture. So you got to think you got Europeans adopting this new religion from these people in the Middle East or, North Africa. I mean, keep it real. This shit really boomed up from Kemet. So it's a North African based doctrine. And so what you get is you get these Europeans adopting these North African people shit, and it get there, it don't fit. Like you're not supposed to shave your beards or the corners of your heads. Europeans had to cut that shit off because motherfuckers was prone to lice. You can't eat swine and shit. Well, fuck, what the fuck else they gonna eat? Swine is a primary diet in Europe. That's why I always personally say I don't believe in Christianity because I can't believe in no shit that white people gave us. And you telling me this what God said. You telling me that God said this and that and that, and the same God told you to enslave us? What kind of shit is that? That shit don't make no fucking sense to me. And no, it's no coincidence when I watch like the Nat Turner movie, the new Nation movie. I can't think of the name right now, but you know what I'm talking about, the new Nat Turner movie that just came out a couple years ago. And they had that nigga preaching to the other slaves. And when he looked at the Bible, all of the shit, all the stories that took place in North Africa, they was cutting that motherfucker out. Nah, you ain't gonna talk to them niggas about that. You ain't gonna talk to them niggas about that. Them niggas, they read the fucking words, and it was talking about how God was punishing fucking Pharaoh and shit for not letting the people go. Nah, nigga, you ain't gonna, no. You ain't gonna tell them that story. Hey, boy. Tell them niggas the story about that, the one nigga that the Europeans killed. And when he was up there, he said, God, please forgive them, for they know not what yeah. Tell them that one. The one with the nigger that had superpowers. He was basically Superman, but he let the white boy do him any kind of way. Yeah, nigger, tell him that story. You be a good boy now, going on. I'll give you some chitlins later. That's how that shit seemed to go down in my motherfucking head. I don't know if you agree with it or not, but history don't really show me with no other kind of way. And most of the shit that they give us, most of the shit that they allow us to have, it ain't what they give us, it's the shit that they allow us to have. And one of the biggest issue is too, see, the brother Nat Turner, he woke up to that shit and realized it was wrong. And you know how that story ended. But there's a lot of people that don't have the awakening that nigga had. And it's indoctrinated in them. And their indoctrination makes them want to go be an indoctrined. I don't know if that's the word, but basically I'm saying it makes them want to go and be somebody who indoctrinate other people. Because, and I'm not knocking the nigga for it, but the nigga wrong. But what happens is he's like, damn, Master real good to me. Because I learned my lesson and I want to teach my lesson. So Master be good to the people I teach to. And Master gonna reward me for teaching them. You know, a broken mind won't realize that's wrong. It will not. And we got a lot of sheeps in the community. We got a lot of sheeps in the neighborhood. Mislearned behavior. Y'all heard me say that shit. Don't let them trick you off your blessings. Don't let them trick you off your blessings too, motherfucker. So with that whole philosophy of the religion and the such, it's, most people have common sense to see this shit ain't right. This don't really relate to me. This ain't it. But you know what relate to me? My cousin down the street just made a fucking TikTok video. My cousin down the street got a mixtape coming. My cousin down the street, and my homeboy I used to go to school with, he over there making beats, and I got something to say. You know what I mean? And you hear the same boy that you know, the same nigga that you grew up with, rapping about some shit. And you like, yeah, shit. Nigga say, I used to trap outside the Blue Store. Boy, hey, man, I remember I used to see that nigga down the Blue Store. So now everything he said got your attention because it relates to you. So it's that, in my opinion, is the reason niggas can quote more rap than they can quote Bible verses now. And you know what's crazy about that, right? The nigga now in 2022 is more indoctrinated than our ancestors was, but at the same time, they're more liberated. And it's weird, right? It's weird. Because like a lot of our ancestors, they would cower down to a lot of white people to protect the seeds. You know what I mean? Protect the seeds. How many mothers back then you think would discipline her man or cause some ruckus to her man because she's scared he gonna bring a negative light to her baby. You know, and that's the world that they was forced to live in. But nowadays, you got the majority of niggas ain't scared of the white boys no more. The majority of niggas don't have that old school mentality. Now, if these same niggas got organized and fucking, oh man, these same niggas get organized. Stop listening to the motherfuckers that we shall overcome. I think it's always weird, like when you look at the majority of niggas in prison, right? If them niggas' energies was put elsewhere, put into building the community, well, most likely they still throw them niggas in prison, probably quicker at a higher rate. But, you know, teaching the one next to you, that's a trend. Like, fuck that go for self shit. Like, big up your brother, big up your brother. You know what I mean? Imagine if all them niggas in there had that mentality. A lot of the niggas in there that have that mentality, they have it more so for the gangs and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not one to question it. I don't like shitting on brothers and gangs and shit, right? Because I don't know what the fuck led them to that point to where they joined the gang. You know what I mean? It could have been the same energy that made me start this podcast. So I'm not one to condemn them niggas, man. But I say I wish they didn't. I wish instead of joining a gang that's based on beefing with another gang of people that's just like you, all y'all niggas was in one gang based on building up the community for the babies. That's just my wish, you know, but I didn't have the luxury of sitting on Santa's lap and shit. So he ain't bring me nothing. And man, it's a lot of hurt bitches in the world, right? And if you one of them hurt bitches, man, I'm gonna tell you, heal your motherfucking self before you jump in with somebody. Like, heal yourself, period. Like, for real. Because y'all making the cycle go on. And I get it. It might not be your fault. We live in a victim age. That's what this is. It's a whole victim mentality age. We worship the victims. And a lot of times what that's doing is that's making people want to be victims for attention. Now, there are some real victims. You know what I mean? There's some real victimized motherfuckers, right? But you still got attention seekers, and they want to be victims. They want that. They crave that. So, like, you know, motherfucker, how you doing today, ma'am? Girl, you see me trying to get my pussy. Like, god damn. Like, this shit is crazy. And I don't know how real these fucking videos are, but I watched the one video. I watched like 3 different ones, right? Where it was like, there was one with the pool cleaner. He's cleaning the pool, right? And the white bitch walking by, and he's like shimmying the pool and like doing the screen shit. And the back of the stick hit the white woman on the ass, right? And she started going off on him. You touch my ass, and you. And he was like, "What are you talking about?" He don't even know what the fuck's going on. There's another bitch on the end of the pool. She see the shit happen, and so the bitch go and get her boyfriend. He come over there, and now at this point he ain't got no choice, cause you know bitch say, "Hey, the pool man just slapped my ass. You boyfriend, you got to go over there and say, hey man, why you hit my bitch on the ass?" And the whole time I'm watching, these is all white people, right? The whole time I'm watching it, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this bitch ain't even got no ass. So, like, I don't know, but like, she was so ready to be, you know, she was so ready to be that victim. Like, she didn't ask him, like, hey, you just touched my ass, motherfucker. None of that. It was just, you did it. And then she made a scene because she wanted everybody to know, he just touched my ass. And he didn't even touch the ass. So, I mean, but you have, like I said, you have real fucking victims. And then you have people that can't wait for a moment to become one, so that people will listen and pay attention to them. You know, it's very rare you see that with beautiful women, but it's not impossible. You got a lot of beautiful women that they don't think they're beautiful and this and that. They don't think blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I think that's good. I think that's what the world needs, right? Like, I think niggas need to start treating beautiful women like they ugly as fuck. and start treating ugly bitches like they're beautiful as fuck just to be an asshole about it. Because the worst thing you could do is be a fucking big head, pompous ass, beautiful woman. You know, like, it's good to have confidence in yourself, but to be a dickhead about it, like, nah, man, you fucking get that shit together. But the world's full of that shit, man. It's real. It's real. You know what I mean? I think that shit changes, and I think that's why, you know, good chicks really, like, not good chicks, but good girls that are beautiful, they really like that thug element. Fine bitches just listen to R&B. They really like fucking trap niggas. Like, that's the truth. Like, they like to listen to Maxwell and all that shit, but they don't want to get fucked like that. That bitch want to get fucked at Gucci. You know? So, like, it's really taking them hoes off a pedestal. Taking these bitches off pedestals, man. And, like, you got some beautiful women that are real fucking broken, right? Because they met that one nigga that didn't put them on a pedestal. He told her, bitch, you ain't shit to me. And it shocked her system. And it was a drug to her. She needed more. Why he rejected me? And you're not used to rejection. You've been told you was a Disney princess your whole time. And then this nigga comes and sluts you the fuck out. And you kind of like it. I was watching efuck.com. Shout out to efuck.com the other day. And it was this one white girl. She looks like innocent and whatnot. And the dude's asking her like, hey, can I do this to you? Can I do this? She's like, hey, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's fun. That sounds fun. And I'm thinking, oh man, he gonna break this bitch down. Because every time you get on eFuck, it's some crazy ass shit. But oh no. This Trailer Park Rabbit, she took it all. And then in the middle of the video, she tells him he's slapping the shit out of her. And he's like, you like that? You like that? She's like, yeah, daddy. Yeah, daddy. Punch me. I was like, what? Yeah. The bitch said, punch me. Punch me. And he punched her. She's like, harder. Harder. And the motherfucker just started punching the bitch in the face. And she's laughing. She enjoys it. She likes it. It's like, holy fuck, it's really people out here like that. And like I said, she looked like an innocent little fucking Trailer Park Rabbit. And that's really how shit go, man. A lot of times people, the greed in people, they want what they're not used to. They want, that opposite. Like I always heard a rumor like women that are real bitchy like take it up the ass because they want to be dominated at the end of the day because they spend all of their day being so fucking dominant. So then at nighttime, they're tired of being dominant. They want the opposite. So yeah, no, that'd be real cool to see motherfucking all my niggas down like treat beautiful women like they fucking hideous. And I think when you do that, the dynamic of the world will change also. I think people appreciate themselves more. But don't listen to me. I'm not a fucking doctor. Dirt is worth more than gold became one of my favorite slogans in the last year. And I told y'all first, man, February 27, 2021, I said the dirt is worth more than gold. Some of y'all got it off rip. Y'all said, ugh. And then some of y'all was like, hey, break that down. What you mean? What you mean? And I tended to break it down. And I had a lot of fun with the episode. I'm having fun with fucking this one. The dirt is worth more than gold is literally what the fuck it say. The dirt is worth more than gold. Prime example of that, the dollar represents the gold, right? Well, guess what happened? When the dollar dropped in value, you would think everything else would drop in value too. But no. Food, clothing, shelter, and transportation been fucked up this last year. I ain't gonna point the finger to JCJ, but when the orange man was there, it was better. So food, clothing, shelter, and transportation, right? All fucking jacked all over the place. But yet you still getting paid the same thing. So I believe it's called UB40. It was a reparations team put together. And I saw somewhere the old black lady in charge, she was saying $350,000 was basically owed to every descendant of involuntary immigrants. Right? I read that shit and it upset me. Because as y'all know, I don't want that fucking money. Because as soon as she said that, the very next day, the president was talking about, oh, we need to look into digital currency. Huh. Maybe it wasn't the very next day, but I saw them bitches 2 days apart from each other. And I said, damn. Yeah. Yeah, I want y'all to know reparations, they gonna be coming and every nigga gonna get $350,000. Y'all niggas gonna get $350,000. But that money gonna be obsolete. We going to digital currency. No. Give us $350,000 in land. Give us $350,000 in land. Because when you switch to the whatever, you switch to what, that land still worth all that shit. Like I say, the dollar dropped, but shit, the housing market is up $100K from last year. 100 fucking K. If the housing market dropped in your area, hit me up and let me know. But everywhere I seen, the housing market went up. Seen a house for $150K last year. That bitch like $250K right now. Same fucking house. It's actually worse than it was last year. It's a year older. But the price jacked that much. I've never seen it do that. So, yeah, the dirt is worth more than fucking gold. Because that gold has a value. It has a, how many, supply and demand is what's on the gold. It's like, more niggas want to go. More niggas want to go. More niggas want to go. So the price will jump up and down, up and down, up and down. But everybody always need land, man. Like, always, whether it's commercial or what. And you know what's crazy as fuck, right? Everybody always talk about like inflation, right? So 6 years ago, your grandma bought a house with $5 a piece of pussy and some bread. Grandma can't do that shit in 2022. So, because the $5 ain't worth that much no more, the pussy is old and bread costs like $5. She gonna be in the fucking hole. So, that same property she got now, if you look at gentrification, oh fuck, them people come through. That house your grandma got with $5 a piece of bread and a piece of pussy, oh, they gonna get about $200K for that. They gonna get about $200K for that. So, was it the money that's making it $200K? Was it the piece of pussy, or was it the piece of bread? It was none of that. It's just that people running out of places to fucking live, especially if you're talking about something like in the country. Because only them weird ass motherfucking rich people want to move in like the urban areas and fucking what they call hipsters and shit like that. Most people want to move out to the woods or some shit, be like isolated away from everybody. So if your people got land, or you got land, all that shit, you gonna notice like that shit is jumping high. So yeah, no. Y'all motherfuckers investing all your money in Bitcoin. Fuck Bitcoin. That shit gonna scam the shit out of you. Like, as soon as I saw like, your government's talking about looking into Bitcoin. Yeah, they got enough of y'all invested in it. They could have did that shit back in 2012 when it was worth like $2 or some shit. But no, they got all the investments into it. Right? And while that's going on, motherfuckers is stealing up all the land. They got this corporation, they going through and buying up houses and all this shit, and then they like renting them out. Because they know the houses is getting old, they're getting condemned. The houses that was built a long time ago. And so now you're going to be looking for new houses. Every day, motherfuckers turn 18. So you get new adults every day in the world. So them new adults going to be doing some shit, getting some pussy, starting family, looking for new houses. All of that shit. The dirt is worth more than gold. You might have $1 in your pocket right now from 1950. A penny in your pocket that was made in 1970, right? But that dirt, man, it's only increasing. So yeah, like nah, with reparations and shit, I don't want them to give me one fucking dollar in reparation. I don't want them to give my seeds one fucking dollar in reparation, because you can't put a price on what the American Negro people went through. But I want the land that they worked on. They didn't work for money. So what the fuck you giving us money for? They didn't work on money. Give me the fucking Give me the fucking land that they worked on. I want the land that my great-great-great-grandfather bled on, that you beat his ass on, that you probably tried to rape him on. Same for my great-great-great-grandmother. I want that land. I want that fucking land. I want that new foreign land that we was dragged to. Not one fucking silver fucking dollar. So no, the dirt is worth more than gold. You know, I'm real disappointed in all these fucking factions, right? Like Black Lives Matter and the feminist movement. And I think all of these factions are fucking failing. The only faction in the world that's winning is the LGBTQ community, right? Like, motherfuckers scared of them, motherfucker, boy. Shit. But like, all the rest of the fucking movements and shit, they are fucking failing. Black Lives Matter, they've been quiet as shit since they got fucking Trump out. Like, yeah, I ain't see no fucking rallies, no protests, no nothing, and niggas still dying and all that shit. It's like they got their money and ran. Like, yeah, we did it. Great heist. Get the fuck out of here. The feminist movement, I never liked the fucking feminist movement. I hate that fucking shit. I think that shit's fucking dumb. And it's not because I'm a man and it's women. I think it's like the biggest fucking scam. Main reason is because I think they get black women as head counts, and I love my sisters. So I think the feminist movement in my mind is a bunch of white women grabbing a bunch of other races of women and telling them how, you know, their man is treating them like shit and men in the world treat them like shit. And, you know, I'm sitting there looking at black women, you know, next to black men on the struggle port, and it's like, nah, baby. Her man fucking with us, you know? And, you know, that's what it is, man. But like I say, you're the first person to oppress yourself, and I don't think none of these factions point at themselves first, you know? So I can give you a prime example right now. The feminist movement ain't shit. And it's because I don't see none of them protesting for strippers getting fucking health benefits. I don't see none of them protesting for prostitutes to get health benefits. Like, yeah, they turn, you know, I did the prostitution versus human trafficking. Yeah, they trying to turn all prostitutes into victims, which is dumb because not every prostitute is a human traffic victim. Some of them just whores. You know, they pop pussy on liberation. They don't want to work. That's just what it is. Now, for the kidnapped bitches, yeah, I hope you all get saved. But for the most part of it, you know, the feminist movement, when I start seeing them protesting for strippers to get health care benefits and a retirement plan, that's when I would believe in the feminist movement. And plus, I think they need to do more for the sisters. If those, you know, demands are met, shit, I'd be on the front line with them. And granted, they don't got to meet no demands for me. I'm big dick nigga, you know. And, you know, they don't like a lot of people like me, but the majority of the women in that feminist movement wish they was big dick niggas too, just to be real with you. So, yeah, no, I remember thinking about this shit. I don't know if y'all remember, man. It was a couple years back. I think he was a stripper in Houston, Texas, and she went all the way to the top of the pole, and that bitch dropped and like thumped. That shit said, God damn, that bitch dead. But she got up, she was fucked up. And I was like, man, I hope that bitch got insurance. But of course she don't got insurance because them feminists didn't fight for her to get insurance. You know? And so, yeah, nah, man. So, hey, I beat the motherfuckers to it. Mango the Goat wants fucking insurance benefits for all the bitches in the shake joints across America. If you sell pussy, I want fucking Obamacare for all y'all bitches, all y'all. I want Obamacare for y'all. I want you to be fucking getting your checkups for free. I want you to be getting all that shit for free. That's what I stand for. All the bitches in the shake joints and fucking on the corners, on OnlyFans and all of that. Nah, not OnlyFans. OnlyFans, you get your own insurance. But all the people in real life that's, you know, doing shake joint events and all that stuff, Mango wishes for health insurance for all. If I ever ran for office, I swear I put that shit on my platform. I want all strippers, escorts, and prostitutes, whores, and scallywags to receive benefits for their occupational hazards. You know, prostitution is the oldest occupation in the world. The only reason why it's shamed is because most of the people who try to vote it out are women with whack pussy in politics, and their husband be buying these bitches, so they trying to make that shit illegal to catch their husband. Just saying. Shout out to Hillary Clinton. But yeah, man, no, I like to see the motherfuckers go and get all of that shit. Have these clubs competing to get these whores. Like, hey, come work for me. We pay for your first year of college. You know, give them some shit like that. Hey, come work for us. Benefits. Because even if you forced to pay these stripping bitches like benefits and shit, they still gonna make you money. You know, they still gonna make you fucking money. Nothing sell more than pussy in nowhere in the world except for like San Francisco. Some parts of Atlanta. But other than that, nothing sell more than pussy. Even if you buying it subconsciously. If you spending time. If you do nothing sell. I think about this, a dude goes and works his ass off, right? And takes his chick to a chick on the corner. He take his check to a chick on the corner, right? To her job. And gives him her check on her prostitution job. What other company you know forces a man to do that? I don't know too many men that'll take their whole check and go spend it in Walmart. So, yeah, pussy sell better than anything. Everything I do in life, I compare it to pussy, right? Like, damn, this is a good cheeseburger. Does this cheeseburger make me feel better than getting some pussy? No. Okay, well, it's all right. You know, so, yeah, nah, man. So, yeah, nah, feminist movement, y'all got to step y'all game up. Mango's ahead of you right now. Oh, almost at the end of the cup. A lot of people ask me, they say, Mango, why you don't do the nigga surprise no more? And part of the reason I don't do the nigga surprise no more is because nigga surprise only goes out on Spotify, right? It's like only for Spotify. And I really enjoyed the nigga surprise. I really did. I really fucking did. But with the mental liberation moments, this dirt is worth more than gold and whatever the fuck else I decide to bring, and I've brought, I like it going through all platforms because a lot of people don't fuck with Spotify. And a lot of people do. A lot of people don't. Some people got Apple. Some people use Google or whatever the fuck you use to tune into me. I really appreciate that. I really like making the nigga surprise. I really love doing that shit. It was they're fun as fuck. But like I said, it was exclusively to Spotify. And I ain't never met the motherfucker from Spotify a day in my fucking life. So I said, why is my platform doing something special for his platform? And he ain't cut the check. You got to cut the check. So I pulled them shits back. I stopped doing them. Yeah. I don't know that motherfucker. Shit. Joe Rogan say nigga about as much as me. He get Joe Rogan a check. So yeah, fuck him. He cut me a check and goddamn it, I bring niggas rise back. You know, shit. But Spotify's not even my first upload spot. It's just more people seem to have Spotify. But when I put this on the airways, it goes across. So like, yeah, if, he cut me a check, I bring back the niggas a prize, which is exclusively for his platform. Other than that, I ain't doing nothing special for no fucking platforms. I'm pushing my shit out. The only thing I do things special for is the Involuntary Immigrants podcast website, the Involuntary Immigrants website. Fuck no. I was doing them and I was having fun doing the bitches, right? And then it dawned on me, like, I think I heard what Joe Rogan was making, and then I heard what these artists was getting for like having their songs and shit on there. And I said, man, that's what's up, man. I ain't no hater. I was like, damn, that's what's up. But I said, shit, if he got all that money to pay and he ain't paid me shit, in the famous words of Tupac, somebody got to explain to me why I ain't got shit. So, nah, fuck you. I took that, stopped doing them. And I did mental liberation moments. Just like that. Hey, man, this was Dirt is Worth More Than Gold, too. I'm really happy to bring y'all this back again. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And fuck, man, I love y'all. Love all y'all. I hope y'all safe. I hope y'all make it back from the next one. I know it's been a lot of people that listen to the show and they might not be here with us anymore, but I really want to take this time and say one time for all the Mangaloids. Hey, one love to y'all and one love to y'all families, and be easy.
Involuntary, done contrary to or without choice. Immigrant. Definition 1. A person who immigrates. Definition 2. A plant or animal that becomes established where it was previously unknown.